Hello and welcome to a very sunny summer in Dubai, where we're going to be talking today about my Suzuki Jimny. Now, I have had this car for over a year and I'm just as obsessed with it since the day I bought it, which some of you may remember when I posted my first vlog about it when I bought it a year ago. Or maybe you follow it on Instagram at the Dune Bashing Jimny. But today we're going to be talking about some of the pros and some of the cons about owning this beast as we go on a little adventure. And we actually just hit 42,000 kilometers in this guy, which hopefully proves I've got a little bit of experience with it. So let's get going onto our adventure. Now, the Jimny is amazing off-road. We've been on a couple of off-road adventures using the Jimny, and especially last time we went on a trip, we went with my friends who both own Jeeps and also Pajeros, and the Jimny was always the winner. Because it's so light at only 1 ton, it literally glides across all the sand. You let the tyres down a little bit and we are steaming ahead of all these big Jeeps and everyone off-road. The tyres are quite small and thin, which makes the car quite nimble, and also the axis can actually completely bend like this. I don't know how to explain. So the front can be going one way and the back can go another, like all 4x4s, because obviously this has a 4x4 mode and it is extremely capable here in Dubai's deserts. And doing all of that off-roading does not affect your warranty at all. And actually these Suzuki Jimnys come with a 7-year warranty from Suzuki. And this 7-year warranty covers loads of things. Because these things are built like tanks, it's very plasticky on the inside and quite hard metal. So there's not a lot that can go wrong. And when it does, it's very cheap to replace because Suzuki make these cheap parts. So you don't have to worry about going off-roading and ruining your warranty. Also, the ladder means you can hold on while we go off-roading, which is pretty fun. But this Jimny has really enabled me to go completely off-road and go to new places I've never been before, which is probably my favourite feature of this car. I mean, look at this like incredible landscape. We just pulled over on the side of the road and saw this dip and we were like, let's go and have a look. And we can, because we've got a Jimny. Another amazing thing is this guy, although it's really small, it only takes 100 dirham to fill up the tank, which is really cheap, especially with the cost of petrol going up. And that 100 dirham can normally get me to Abu Dhabi and back, which is about 250 kilometers. Thank you. So you can see here some of the upgrades I've made to it. I added this ladder, which was about 500 dirham, and I also added this roof rack for about 1500 dirham, which were both done at Power Dose in Dubai. It's a great warehouse. They specialize in Jimnys and also Land Rover Defenders. So if you need anything, you can check those guys out in the description. This ladder looks really cool. That's kind of the only thing it's useful for, and I can also climb onto the roof. This roof rack's great because I can strap stuff down and get a bit more storage in here, and also it has these 2 lights here, which in the night when you're driving through the desert really light up the place. Also, as part of the upgrade, we added this little cup holder here, which you can use as the passenger to store a drink. That was only like 80 dirham or 100 dirham, and it's well worth it because there's only 2 cup holders down here. Now, my next upgrade is going to be a rooftop tent. It will sit up here and it will fold open like this. I'll show an image over here somewhere of exactly what it will look like, but that is my next goal. It's just they're really pricey. They're about 5,000 dirham, but that will enable us to have a lot more epic adventures and be able to go camping. We're about to hit summer, so it's not the perfect time for it, but I think September time, I'm going to make that happen. Like I said, the inside is all pretty plasticky and basic, even the door panels and door handles and everything, and this center console. But these vents here work great for AC. You have one here, one over here, and one over there. We really like this touchscreen here. It's got a load of different features, and also you can watch YouTube while you drive, which is probably not very recommended. But this control system's really good. You can put the navigation on it, your phone connects really easily. I've seen a few people upgrade these to Apple CarPlay, which I'd like to do in the future, but this works perfectly fine for now, so I'm just rolling with it. And also, don't forget the most important thing in this center console. We have a mini Jimny. Look at this guy. This was actually a McDonald's toy at some point. One annoying thing is that your window control is actually in the middle here, so when you you go to the side to try and press a button, it doesn't actually work. You have to go into the middle. I guess that saves in putting electronics in the door frame. Now, I say it's plasticky and basic, but that's fine because I've never had an issue with any of it, and I'm sure if I had to replace any of it, it'd be really cheap. And while we're talking about that, let's talk about the cost of the car. So let's talk about the cost of the Suzuki Jimny. I bought mine for 74,000 dirham, and that was about a year ago. The price has now gone up to about 78,000, I believe, which you can finance through Suzuki themselves. Now, this cost compared to Europe, America, or anywhere else is super cheap. I know in the UK it costs double the price, so we get really good deals on Jimnys here. The only downside to that, they're in such high demand that you have to wait 3 to 6 months to get your Jimny. Now, because of this, it means the second-hand market is crazy expensive. So this Suzuki that I've driven for 42,000 kilometers, I can sell for the same, if not more, than the price I bought it for. Here's a couple examples on Dubizzle where you can see these cars have done 20,000, 30,000 kilometers. They're a year old and still are selling for 80 to 90,000 dirham. Great for me because I waited 3 months and I've now got my Jimny and I'm loving it. But for you, if you're buying a new one, I wish you the best of luck because it's going to take a bit of time. Or you can bite the bullet and pay that extra bit to have a used one. And again, when we're talking about costs, a service for this guy for a major service is like 1,200 dirham with Suzuki, and then like a minor service is like 750 or those sort of numbers. So it's well worth going direct to Suzuki. You know they're going to do it right every time. You're supposed to do the first one after 5,000 kilometers and then every 10,000 kilometers afterwards. Another little trick I found that I didn't know before, the guy at Suzuki showed me this the other day. So actually they stick a little sticker here on the inside of your car that tells you when your next service is. So my next one is at 45,000 kilometers, which is just next to the driver's seat. Nice one, Suzuki. So this is the boot space. I always say to people the Jimny is like a massive 2-seater or a very small 4-seater. There's all this room in here for lots and lots of storage. If you want to sit 2 people in the back, it's very, very tight. But for me, it's pretty perfect because there's only 2 of us. We always sit in the front and I get to store all my camera stuff and everything else in the back. Quite a boxy design, so there's loads of space in the back to store everything. And then if ever we have friends coming over, we can put the seats up. If it's a journey longer than an hour, I wouldn't recommend it. Now we've made our way into our little wadi drive that we're doing today, and like I was saying, it's amazing off-road but also on the main road. It's a little bit slow compared to obviously other cars because it's only got a 1.2 litre engine, but it does move. It probably won't get you out of trouble if you need to really put your foot down. You can get up to 140 really easily for if you're doing long drives to Abu Dhabi and back like I do most weeks, and it's a pretty smooth ride all the way there and back. I've had a lot of people ask me if adding the roof rack makes a wind noise, because apparently that's something to look out for, and I haven't noticed it at all on my one. And also this car feels pretty stable even on a windy day driving to Abu Dhabi and back. I put a little poll on my Instagram of any questions what people wanted to know, so let's go through a couple of questions now. How is it off-road? Like I said earlier, incredible, beats all the other cars. It's so light and nimble, it can go up any massive hill. When am I going to buy the body kit that makes it like a G-Wagon? Now, if you guys haven't seen this, you can see one here. I don't personally like it that much. I think it looks a little bit silly, but I think it looks really cool at the same time. I don't think I'm going to do it for this, but if you want to do it, it's about 25,000 dirham. Is it worth the current price to get it brand new right now? 100%. It's still one of the cheapest cars on the market, and if you don't necessarily need the massive space for a family, it's well worth the money, especially compared to all the other brands. Even Toyota, the more basic brands, their basic cars cost more than this. Recommended radio / walkie-talkie. I don't actually have one yet. Like I said, the Zukas group, they have one they recommend, so check them out. And recommended compressor for tires. I just use one from Ace Hardware. It cost me 200 dirham and I've never had a problem with it. So cheap and cheerful, Ace Hardware did me a winner there. And one of the most important factors is this car just looks epic. It looks insane. I love the look of it. I love taking pictures of it and putting it on the June Bashing Jimny's Instagram. And talking of Instagram, there's a really good community around Suzuki Jimnys here in Dubai. The main group I know is called Zukas. They have a really active WhatsApp chat for any questions related to it. They go on drives all the time, and there's a really great community. Unfortunately, I haven't actually been on any of the drives because I'm always too busy, but I need to make sure I get myself on one. I'll leave a link to the Instagram below and you can join the WhatsApp group by shooting them a DM. And as we come to an end, I just want to say one of the best trips I've done in this Jimny has been driving to Oman. We spent 4 or 5 days over Eid a couple months back driving from Dubai to Oman and going on a whole load of adventures, which was all enabled by this Jimny. So if you want to check out that trip, you can check out the video in Oman up above. And that pretty much brings us to an end of our adventures here with our Suzuki Jimny. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out the Dune Bashing Jimny Instagram and my personal Instagram, leaderofnoone, and I'll check you guys soon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the roads in Dubai next time. Boom.